do you want out of life? Everyone is asking this question to himself from time to time. You might answer this question by saying finding a loving partner, securing a fulfilling job, or acquiring a comfortable home. But that's not what I am asking. I am asking not for the goals you form as you go about your daily activities. I'm seeking to understand your overarching purpose in existence. In essence, among all the pursuits life offers, which one do you consider the most valuable? Many people will have trouble naming this goal. They know what they want minute by minute, or even decade by decade during their life, but they have never paused to consider their grand goal in living. Our culture doesn't encourage people to think about such things. Indeed, it provides them with an endless stream of distractions, so they won't ever have to. Today, we can easily locate numerous certified financial planners on Google or on phone books. These professionals specialize in assisting individuals in defining their financial objectives. For instance, they can help us determine how much we should be saving for retirement, among other financial goals. Once these objectives are clear, they can offer guidance on strategies to accomplish them. However, let's imagine that our aim is not merely to safeguard our wealth, but to ensure that we make the most of our life. In such a case, we might be in search of an expert who can provide us with guidance. Are you ready to explore and discuss the ideas and principles of philosophers, religious leaders, and psychologists? Please feel free to ask any questions or share specific topics you'd like to delve into, and I'll do our best to provide insights and information. Finally, we will become a more thoughtful observer of our own life. We will watch ourselves as we go about our daily business, and will later reflect on what we saw, trying to identify the sources of distress in our life and thinking about how to avoid that distress. You are watching Stoic Principles. Please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel if you find our content valuable and wish to learn more life lessons. Your support means a lot to us, and it helps us continue creating content that can benefit you. Here are 5 ways to find your purpose. Once, I asked a friend of mine about her deepest values. She paused for a long time before finally saying, "That's the scariest thing I've ever been asked." She began to cry. I've not thought about that in a long, long time. As you can tell, she's been depressed. It's easy to get bogged down in daily job, habits, while losing sight of what matters most. Goals versus values. Values are chosen qualities of being and doing, such as being a caring parent, being a dependable friend, being loving, loyal, honest, and courageous. They can be expressed with verbs and adverbs, like teaching compassionately and giving gratefully. However, they are not goals. Goals are finite. They are achievements, and once you reach them, you are finished with them. Values, on the other hand, are enduring, eternal guides to living. You cannot achieve a value. You can only manifest it by acting in accordance with it. Meet your goals by making them purposeful. The traditional assumption is that encountering too many obstacles while pursuing a goal can diminish our motivation. However, a study published in the Journal of Research in Personality challenges this notion, suggesting that our motivation actually influences the number and difficulty of obstacles we face. Marina Milyavskaya of Carleton University in Canada explains that many people have good intentions when striving to achieve a goal, but these intentions often fail to translate into action. Obstacles, in the form of temptations that divert us from our goals, can include things like junk food when we aim to eat healthily, or distractions like cell phones when our goal is to study or work. People perceive obstacles differently, influenced by their personality, the nature of the goal they are pursuing, and the strength of their desire. Another crucial factor is the type of motivation. 1. Want-to motivation. This represents internal motivation, where individuals engage in an activity because it personally matters to them, is interesting, or aligns with their values. 2. Have-to motivation. This involves behaviors that individuals feel obligated to do, either due to external expectations or because they would feel guilty if they didn't do them. The study conducted various experiments to measure participants' motivation levels by assigning them different tasks and exposing them to temptations. It found that people with want-to motivation consciously placed themselves away from obstacles, making it easier to attain their goals. Conversely, those with have-to motivation tended to struggle more. The key takeaway is that goal pursuit isn't solely about exceptional strength, but also about recognizing one's weaknesses and maintaining a distance from tempting obstacles. To address the motivation problem, Miliavskaya suggests 2 strategies. #1. Generate want-to motivation. Find ways to make the task more personally meaningful or enjoyable. Consider how the task aligns with your values and identity. Reframe it as something you genuinely want to do. For example, if you value being a diligent worker, completing a challenging report becomes a meaningful step. Pair the task with enjoyable activities, like listening to music, to make it more pleasurable. 2. Reevaluate your goals. If you find yourself pursuing a goal primarily out of have-to reasons and constantly struggling with it, consider replacing it with a goal that holds more personal meaning and importance. Alternatively, seek more want-to reasons for pursuing the same goal. Approaching tasks with an intrinsic sense of purpose increases the likelihood of accomplishing them with satisfaction and enthusiasm. Goal pursuit is not about being extraordinarily strong. Instead, it's about knowing the things that make us weak and keeping a safe distance from them. How does this solve the motivation problem? A wise man offers 2 suggestions to help tackle the unavoidable problem of doing things because we have to do them. Instead of groaning your way through such a task every single time, generate want-to motivation. Think about how the task fits into your values and identity. Reframe it as something that is more want-to. Maybe I value being a conscientious worker. Completing that dreaded report fits in with this value. Or, I want to eventually become a veterinarian. Doing my math homework is important to accomplish that goal. Make it more pleasurable in the moment. Pair it with something that is fun or enjoyable, such as listening to music. If you find you are pursuing a goal for have-to reasons, then you are more likely to struggle with that goal, she says. Perhaps it's worth replacing that goal with a goal that is more personally meaningful or important. Or instead, find more want-to reasons for going after that same goal. To approach a task with an intrinsic sense of purpose gives you the best shot at truly and happily accomplishing it. As we finish today, I want to ask you the following. What are your top priorities in the list? Family, other than marriage or parenting. Marriage, couples, intimate relations, parenting friends, social life, work, education, training, recreation, fun, spirituality, citizenship, community life, physical self-care, diet, exercise, sleep, environmental concerns, art, creative expression, and aesthetics. Write down your values. Ask yourself, what do I care about in this life most? What do I want to do that reflects that caring? What can I do to manifest this value more in my life? Living in line with your values is not just about knowing what matters, but also about acting according to these principles. It's not a one-time choice, but a lifelong journey of choosing and committing again and again.